Hi, I am Pastor Jordache with the Mission to America, and we are here at Church Without Walls today in Mesa, Arizona, with our special guest, Sloan Adams from Turning Point USA Faith. He's here to share some exciting news with us about what's going on in the state of Arizona and some alarm bells that are going off at the Mesa City Schools. So let's go inside and see what's going on and share with you some important things. Morning.
Yeah, so Sloan Adams, TPUSA Faith, Desert Regional Manager, just here at Without Walls. I would say probably the primary objective today is what's happening in the Mesa public school system is absolutely out of control. We've become aware of some transgender ideology that's gotten into the curriculum. So we want to make sure that the church here, the ecclesia at Without Walls, stands up and gets involved in what's happening in that school board. And so hopefully my presence here today is an alarm bell for what's happening here in Arizona. We don't want to wait until 2024. It's important that we get the momentum and the ball rolling here in Arizona, here in Mesa, as we approach what's happening in 2024 to build that coalition as we enter what is arguably the most consequential season of our history as a country. And so all roads go through Arizona. So that's why I'm here today. And it's super grateful to be here.
If you want to know what time it is, it's Psalm chapter 2. Verse 1 says, "Why are the nations so angry? And why do they waste their time with futile plans?" Folks, the nations are angry. Our government is angry. They are angry not at you, they are angry at Jesus, because Jesus has a standard. And his standard is not moving. And that standard is righteousness and truth. But in verse 10, this is our mission and our mandate at TPUSA Faith. It says, "Now then, you kings, act wisely. Be warned, you rulers of the earth. Serve the Lord with reverent fear and rejoice with trembling. Submit to God's royal Son, or he will become angry, and you will be destroyed in the midst of all your activities. For his anger flares up in an instant, but what joy it is for all those who take refuge in him." Other translation says, "Bow down and kiss the Son, lest he be angry." In a nutshell, TPUSA Faith exists to be the alarm clock for the American church. We are in one unified cry, crying to our country, bow down and kiss the Son, lest he be angry. And for too long, the church has remained silent and asleep in a slumber in her bed. And it is time for the alarm clock to resonate in the ears of the American church, and for you not to roll off. Hear me now. It's not time for you to roll out of bed into patriotism. I've been finding that as the church wakes up, she rolls out of bed and onto her feet into patriotism. Can I encourage you this morning that the answer is to roll out of bed and onto your knees into presence, into the presence of the Lord, because that's where the marching orders that Pastor Dino was talking about, that's where they come from. Guys, our answer is not a party, and it ain't a candidate. It's a man. And his name is Jesus. Right? I'll tell you what, the reason why the church has been silent is because the church has been biblically illiterate, and the only time she hears the word is in these rooms on a Sunday or on a Wednesday. It is time for the church to get into her Bible and actually know what Jesus says about the hour in which we live. And so we have courses that talk about that. We've got a course on the 7 deadly sins. We've got a course on pornography because we like to deal with light-hearted issues, right, at TPUSA Faith. That was a joke. You can laugh at that. The second announcement I want to make is about Pastor John Amanchukwu. If you guys don't follow Pastor John on Instagram, you should, and here's why. This man is going into school boards across our country, just dropping in and lighting these people up. And the reason is not because we go to war with flesh and blood, but we go to war against principalities and powers and rulers of darkness. And these school board members, and I'm talking specifically about here in Mesa, They are either oppressed or possessed by demonic forces. And it is time for the church to stand up for the rights of children, to defend the cause of the innocent. And so Pastor John, we're partnering with him, and we're just bringing him into school boards. And so I believe that Without Walls, y'all are gonna own the Mesa Public School board. Because if you haven't heard, there is some nonsense happening in that school board. Transgendered ideology, which is from the pit of hell, has invaded the curriculum of the Mesa Public School system. And there is only one answer. His name is Jesus. And his representatives on the earth are men and women like yourselves to go to that school board. I don't even care if you get up and say anything. Why don't you go in there and pray for the will of the Lord to be done in the room? I've seen it happen. I've seen it work. So this is one of those few things that we do that we're not doing something and telling you to be involved. We actually want to be invited by Without Walls to bring Pastor John to the school board because he's a 6'3", 285-pound black man that used to play football for NC State. He is not intimidated by anyone, I promise you. I've stood next to him. He's scary, but he loves Jesus and he loves our kids. So this is something else that we're doing. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to get to be with you. Thank you, Pastor Ken and Dina, for inviting me here today. Love you guys. God bless you. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks for tuning in. As always, please like and subscribe our video, and we will see you next time. Have a great week.